We are live. What's up, folks?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? We got our guest in here, Doc Sparks 216.
Me.
What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Super excited to have
Pleasure
you.
having you in, sir.
For sure.
Us Anthony's got to stick together, so we
You
might
know
have
it.
another Anthony's in here.
They go good in pairs.
Yes, they go good in pairs. Dual Anthony's.
Some of us grow
Right.
better beards than others, though. See, this isn't.
Oh no!
Dueling
This time,
Anthony's!
this time last year, this beard was down to here.
Oh yeah, he had
See, I've been working on this for years. It's sad.
If you've been working on it that long, it's time to give up.
Yeah, it's time to
I'm
retire
just gonna
too.
shave it and go babyface like Scott over here.
Oh,
Do it.
that's me.
Yeah,
So how's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Hanging in there.
pretty good, pretty good. Yep.
Yeah? So,
Slim
yeah,
bustling,
we're
you know.
ready to dive into a little bit of news? A little bit of gaming news, just a little bit.
Let's
What
go.
you got for us, Dr. Scott?
Alright, there's some good stuff, and there's some, just kind of light stuff, so we'll throw in a little bit of light stuff. So, we do have, of course, as you know, the famous Pink Gorilla Games out in Seattle. There's 2 stores, and as of January 1st, they'll be adding their 3rd store, and it is
Nice.
over in the Capitol Hill district. And as a matter of fact, Brandon was watching it for a minute, I think, but I was watching it last night. I was watching Cody put up a wooden shelf he was building, and then he started doing a glass shelf. So it was good to watch Cody doing that. It was kind of funny.
Let me mention on that the new location, they've already had attempted break-ins.
Yeah,
Ready?
you know,
Yes,
They haven't had very good.
and they showed it on video. Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
it
the
was
one
11
that just
o'clock.
got broke into recently? It was like a
No,
couple
no,
weeks
no.
ago?
No, this is their new
their
location.
new store.
But no, I'm saying Pink Gorilla was the one that got
Yes.
robbed like
Yes.
a couple weeks ago, right? Like,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, man.
multiple
Yeah, they-
multiple
they-
times
Pink
before that.
Gorilla for security.
I think they mentioned that as their next option, right? Was having security. That's expensive, man.
Yeah, it's
Goddamn, so is inventory.
gnarly.
They could go the James Bond route and just do that one thing where, you know, if they break the glass, it just blows the whole frickin' store apart.
Yeah, just booby
That's
trap
what
the place. Totally.
That's
Booby
what I.
trap that
That's
shit.
what I do. I'll be like, bitches, that's it.
You want to break in? Scorched earth.
Nothing for everyone. One bad apple, it's a bunch. That's the saying.
That's always been my policy is scorched earth.
Yeah,
I just,
that's a good policy,
Burn
man.
it down. Burn it down.
Yeah.
You know, it's no, we're not gonna slap your wrist. No, you're dead. That's it. You're done. You break into my shit. You know, I kind of have that the attitude of what was the movie The Untouchables?
Yeah,
And,
I love that
wanna go to
movie.
I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground. I want to go there and piss on the ashes. Yeah, that's how I usually feel.
Absolutely.
Don't steal from Scott.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
but
Them
I,
get
I,
set-
will, I will not gain the extra 50 pounds though to play that part.
I'm telling you what, though, if you haven't seen that movie, dude, that movie is legit. That's a good movie.
That is one of my top favorite. Like I'd say in.
It's long, but it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
NES game isn't half bad.
So
Wait,
I like
what?
that part, it's like-
Really?
The NES
Yeah.
game for Untouchables.
I didn't even know it had an NES game.
Yeah, check it out. It's not half bad.
Ah, okay.
What's the matter, cat?
I'm surprised
Chocolate
that-
in your mouth?
Surprised I don't know about that one. Okay, I'm gonna look into that after. That's
It'd
wild.
be like a. It's got to be some kind of
That'd be
weird
funny to
platformer.
watch.
Yeah, some kind of something super weird.
So we talked about
Gotta
this
be.
a little bit last week. So of course the new Pokemon game Scarlet and Violet came out, and
Yes.
they were met with sharp criticism because
Oh, there was all
They,
kind of
uh,
problems.
all kinds of bugs and glitches, and there's some instances where they're just not running at all, and there's lag, and customers are now asking Nintendo for refunds, and some of them are getting them.
Ooh,
yeah,
Nintendo giving the refunds.
Yeah, I guess you got to get on them, and if you are actually speaking to someone who's like a representative of the company, and you're just saying, "Hey, listen, I downloaded this," they will ask you a ton of information, and you got to give them everything so that way they can wipe it from
Right.
from your Switch, and so they can just say, "Oh, you can't play this game anymore." It's like, well, who would want to? But at least they're being legit doing that. So, I mean,
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
s-
mean that.
I looked into that a little bit more because I was a little bit confused. Like, we know there's issues with it. So what I saw was it was less than 20 people that got refunds, right? It was like a super
They're
super
saying
low
that
number
It's not a lot. It's
out
not a lot,
of
but
the biggest selling game now of all time.
but that's Nintendo. Nintendo never gives refunds.
They don't. Yeah,
So
I mean,
for them to go, yeah, we're gonna shell out a dime. Usually it's just screw you, we got your money, and that's it.
yeah.
So
The first patch just went out, so that's one thing to bring up.
well,
The release
hopefully
notes for the patch just came out. So,
Well, I was going to bring this up though because we did touch on the poor reception of the game last week. But in some countries, there are countries that are better protected against bad products, including video games. So,
Yep.
like if you're having let's say Great Britain, or even in the EU, if you've got problems, they'll come right down on you, and that's cool. That's good. The United States, we are not protected in that respect.
Right.
We
Right.
have bait and switch laws, stuff like that, and you guys know.
You gotta jump
How
through some
much
hoops to
I-
get a bait and switch law these days, though.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
but
rare.
You gotta have all kind of proof on stuff. You can't just claim it and get it. Like it ain't.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
You had to been a blind man that can't hear that bought Pokemon Scarlet to be able to
Well,
use
I
that.
think with 343 and Halo, I think you'd be able to probably get it though because of what they're trying to pull. So
Anybody's
I-
easier than
I-
Nintendo,
I-
though.
That's a whole podcast in itself.
Yes,
yeah,
I
and
agree.
you guys know I bring that shit up every single week because I called the rate.
Scott's gonna get something done about that one.
I called the rate crisis line. They told me you're dialing the wrong phone number, but I felt violated, and but anyway, with Halo's release, they canceled the long-promised launch, the split-screen co-op campaign. Is it time for better legislation in the United States? Because look at CD Projekt Red. They that game was built broken. Kind of like The Witcher 3 was, but maybe not that bad. And they, because of consumer pressure, they said, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and put the game out, that sort of thing. So, and after many delays, do you think that we need that kind of push here, or is it just let companies do what they're going to do, and then just buyer beware? So, Doc, any ideas on that?
So my big thing is like if you look at in the past where we've had like the whole Cyberpunk 2077 issue and now looking into like Halo, is a lot of the pressure is being put on the developers that they're trying to push the product out because they're basically being told we need to sell this, we need to sell this, we need to sell this,
Right.
and it ends up putting it. It's essentially you kind of look at it from the standpoint of like quality control. If you're rushing to get it to market, then you're not going to have all the time you should be spending getting those bugs worked out, figured out, and you end up with like a similar situation with what Twitter's currently going through, where people who have been data mining, they've actually found out that right now Twitter is, or at least about a week ago, Twitter was running under a dev build instead of the consumer build.
Why doesn't that surprise you?
Platform.
Yeah.
That just does not surprise me at all. So
Right.
just a house built on stilts, but one of the stilts is crumbling or was a temporary. Well, kind of like when you build a house and sometimes you put in temporary stairs.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to build real stairs after that. I mean, just so people can get upstairs, so you can do construction, that kind of a thing.
They're like,
but
fuck it, works.
fuck it, just leave them there. They're working.
And
Yeah,
the thing is too is that these problems that we're running into with these bugs aren't affecting just the video game industry, keeping it within the sphere of gaming. It's happening in like the paper gaming too. That's one of the biggest issues right now, that Hasbro's stock has tanked because Wizards of the Coast is pumping out Magic the Gathering content, and it's lowering the longevity of the product. And you have issues with like Modern Horizons 2, and you've had certain cards that they'll put them out in the set, they get into competitive play, and you just dog walk everybody with these cards, and all of a sudden, oops, it's banned, it's too powerful, we can't control it. And it's like, well, you could have if you did a little R&D to see how that was going to happen.
In a way, that kind of reminds me. Anybody ever watch Regular Show?
Love it.
Yeah. Remember that episode where they bought the Game of Darthon, and it was just they spent a whole $7 on it. You don't find that out at the end of the episode, but it's this crappy game, and it's really, really bad, and they keep trying to get a refund for it, and then finally the guy relents. But, you know, very funny episode. But it's like, one, if you're going to flood the market, and if you're going to flood it with crap, you know, expect your stock to tank and expect people to go bye-bye. I mean, and
like CD Projekt Red and make that shit right for the fans. Like, you know, that's one thing I can say about those guys. Every broken game they've released, they have fixed
it.
They fixed beyond. Like, they've done way more for it and not charged anybody to fix it.
Oh, for sure. They even released refunds and let them keep the game, if I'm not mistaken.
What was
that happened with No Man's Sky a lot? You know, that was one of the biggest ones I think I remember from CD Projekt Red to start with. Was just No Man's Sky shit release. You know, it tanked. It's horrible. Everybody wanted refunds. But now, like, you pop that game in and play it, it's freaking amazing. Like, it's probably one of the best games on the system.
Interestingly, last night when Cody was trying to get the shelf up off the ground so he could put nails on the other side of the shelf, he actually used a Cyberpunk 77 Blu-ray so he could actually pick it up. And everybody in the chat was going, "Yep, that's the best use of that game." Yeah. But you're right. They made good, and they're still updating, and that's really important. I mean, what they're doing, what 343 and Microsoft, and I will keep bringing this up until Phil Spencer calls me himself or comes on this show and says, you know, I'd be like, we paid for a product and you're not going to deliver. CD Projekt Red is fixing their problem. Why aren't you? Well, we're going to give you something else. We don't want something else. We want what we paid for, you son of a bitch.
Absolutely.
Carry my money and make something else if I really want it.
Yeah. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you're a CEO of a major company. You answer to us. You also answer to. You don't answer just to the fans. You answer to the consumer. You also answer to your stockholders. And you know what? When you have people diving off of Halo in droves, and I just want the damn campaign co-op fixed. I could give a shit less about the online stuff, but. You know, if they're going to do that, they're going to do that with CD. Yeah, it was promised. Bonnie Ross promised it's coming back. We know that we made mistakes. You know, and if Pokemon, if they're going to do that with Pokemon, good. You know, because I'm not a Pokemon player, but it's a big company, and Nintendo is heavily invested in this company too. It's a huge for and I have a feeling that they will make right by the people that invested in this game. So, for those Pokemon fans out there, I feel you, and I hope you get what you paid for. Even if it takes 6 months, I hope you get what you paid for.
I feel like I'm kind of optimistic about it, but I don't know. It's Pokemon, so they don't really have to do anything, and it's already hit the numbers. That's top charting numbers.
But saying that that's I don't know.
I mean, it'll just show their character, right? That's what I'm saying. Hey, we went to the shitty buffet. I got sick, but you're not going to give me my refund? I mean, we'll see their character.
Put out 2 more games next year.
Yeah. Oh well, it's like, well, you can go ahead and put out 2 more games, but who's going to say fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice?
The whole fucking market, man. Come on, everybody.
I mean,
I want to see people going, I don't know.
Just based on some of the history, like with Arceus, they did patches for that. They did updates for that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they will. It'll show the company's character. It's Game Freak, not Nintendo, so we got to keep that in mind. Game Freak is developing this game.
I think they would like to stay true to their fans and
get
a fixed ASAP.
I'd want to hope that, right? I mean, few of us have been with Game Freak for a long time, so yeah.
Oh, for sure. And
because they're great.
Well, the thing is too is that one of the questions that seems to be being sent around the community too is that these weren't problems that happened in Legends Arceus, and the only difference is that now you're putting your open world format into the regular game style. Why are these bugs becoming so prevalent?
That question answers itself, though. I mean, if this is an open world game, that was not really open world. It was like a mid-open world game. You were going to areas that were sort of an open area, right? So it wasn't. Now you got.
That makes a little more sense.
Yeah, I mean, so it wasn't truly an open world.
weren't they always top down as well, or mostly top down, or isomorphic? Because I don't. I mean, I've seen some of them. The only one I've ever actually played is Pokemon Go, and that doesn't count.
I mean, I've done.
The first one to go from the traditional kind of bird's eye view, I think, was
Sword and Shield, technically, but it's still at that kind of view. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a mix of both. Like, it's not that straight top-down style, but Arceus is... Yeah, I mean, mainline games, this is the first, like, mainline to really be this, like, blown-out, open-world 3D game.
Because I heard somebody else say something about this, and it got me thinking, and is it possible that part of the problem, because now, mind you, we're looking at three different well, actually 4 now. No, it's still 3 different systems that they're putting this out on. It's hardware for the original. Well, it's actually 4, and then you have the slight upgrade for, like the battery, whatever. That's the one that I've got. So like you have the 2nd generation Switch, then you've got the
OLED,
and then you also have the Lite, and all of them are, we're now looking at a 5-year-old system that was already underpowered to begin with, and now you're entering into this open world thing. Now I know there's plenty of other open world games out there that it works, but is this game taking up too much resources, and that's how come
100%.
It's stumbling on itself.
Yeah, 100%.
So
yeah.
I mean,
Arceus still had issues, right? But it wasn't like as blatant and open as this. Like, there were definitely popping and pops out, but having that like open area versus like a straight open world allowed things to load within an area differently. So it looked a little bit different.
Well, look at Zelda when it just went out of my head. Breath of the Wild, when that came out, that one was built for the Wii U and for the Switch at the launch of the Switch. And when you see stuff side by side, some of the stuff, because it was a port, some of the stuff on the Switch wasn't as nice looking as it was on
the Wii U is the better version of the game.
They had a massive downgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have it for the Wii U. It's gorgeous.
Wii U is the way to play that.
Yeah.
But
Feel like
but it was an open world game, but it was yet, it was still a launch title.
So
and now you've got this Pokemon game, and it's just, I think we touched on it already. We hit the nail on the head. It's
time for Nintendo to come out with the next system.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I 100% think so. If you want to stay current,
more home console, or do you think they're just going to make a more powerful Switch?
I think they're going to stick with the hybrid model.
Yeah.
It's sold gangbusters, even compared to PS5 and Series X. Numbers are crazy.
I'm going to tell you what I think about that in this respect. Every time somebody wanted like a GameCube 2, or the only time they ever did a 2 of anything was Wii to Wii U, kind of, sorta. Yeah, I mean,
they've kind of always done that.
But
yeah,
I really.
Wii U is not really a Wii 2.
You never had like a sequel to the console. You never had, like,
new 3DS. That was literally just last generation.
I think they might end up going back the other way, where you have, because before they were selling 2 consoles, now you're only selling 1.
Well, do you remember the rumor going around last year from somebody within Nintendo where they were saying they were going to go like the iPhone model route, where they're just doing yearly or bi-yearly upgrades to the Switch, and it sticks to the same. Yeah, it was like a big thing going around. I covered it on Go Nintendo, but yeah, they wanted to do an iPhone-based model where they're sticking with the cartridge-based.
They've already proved that they can do that the way they let all the switches out.
I mean, let's be fair.
Switched on the Bluetooth capabilities for it.
Let's be fair. They're doing it now, right? I mean, you've gotten a V2 upgrade. You got the OLED. You got the light. I mean, it's kind of that sort of thing.
I keep hearing everybody saying Switch Pro, Switch 2, that kind of a thing. I don't have an opinion about what I want per se. If they go ahead and do that, fine. It's their company. Do what you want. But I still think that Nintendo's always had that ability to kind of give you that you never know where the puck is going with them.
Yeah.
You know, with
Hard to predict.
with Xbox, with Sony, hell, even Sega back in the day, you know, you knew where the puck was going. We're just going to get bigger, better, faster. But with Nintendo, you never know what the hell they're going to do.
Yep. They want to innovate. They want to
Now,
something with their releases. So yeah, I mean, and the hybrid switch that they did from, well, it's almost like the Wii U was a small stepping stone. You know, it's like, hey,
Well, that's what it was.
Yeah.
like, let's see how people like the interaction with this kind of a setup. And yeah, it's weird to think about what their next input or, you know, the next console will be.
Yeah.
I mean, where will they go? Because yeah, it does seem like they've kind of managed to bridge the handheld portable market with the home console one, and it seems like a great concept. But Scott, it's like you're bringing up at the same time, like if you do still clearly have your two different markets from a business standpoint, kind of wouldn't it make more sense to have something that's, you know, one of each?
But now that they have that ability, because, you know, you touched on it just a minute ago, and Brandon and I were talking about this, we might have talked about this last week, is, and I said this to my wife here recently, is like, when you had that, you had that Wii U screen in your hand, you're sitting there going, you know, they're probably sitting around a board going, all right, how do we make this thing portable? Well, we can't have discs. Well, why don't we just put cartridges in it, and then we take all the guts and put it in there, and now we have something that's portable, and, well, what about the 3DS? Ah, fuck the 3DS! So now you've got this new thing. Well, how are we going to hook it up to the TV? Well, we put it in a damn dock. All right, so now it kind of reminds me of what
That's exact
Robin Williams.
meeting in the boardroom from Nintendo, by the way.
Yeah, it reminds me of what Robin Williams said about the platypus. You know, it's just like these guys were sitting around like God when he's drunk, and they're going, all right, when it's in the dock, you can play it on the TV, and you take it out, you can put it in the back seat of your car, and your kids are screaming at each other going, why can't I fucking play Pokemon? So I think that now that they have the ability to do both, maybe you might see something where it'll be a hybrid that goes the opposite way. Maybe you'll have a hybrid that is, okay, I bought my home console, I bought my Switch 2 or whatever you want to call it, and then now maybe they'll work together.
Or like, you know, they'll have the same media type.
Yeah. Maybe the same the same kind of media. So that way, you know, what if your wife
Your
is
shit at home on the console and be able to play it on the go.
Yeah. What if your wife's sitting there on the couch and she's playing, you know, I don't know, the new Zelda game, and then your kids come in the room. And they say, well, I want to play that too, but I don't want to do it here on the TV. I want to do it upstairs in the bedroom. Well, I'll pop this in, and I'll go upstairs. I mean, you can do the same thing right now with the Switch, but if you have something that's more powerful, then, you know, it's just like, hey, this game's for this only, and this is for this only because it can only do so much. But if you want to play more powerful stuff, you got to put it back in this. But we can play together if we have some games that, you know, that are cross-platform. So I don't know. I mean, if they do that, I'm patenting it, Doc.
my question is, if they do the route of the iPhone, where you have a Switch 2, Switch 3, Switch 4X, Switch 5 Sigma Delta, at what point does it, from the consumer standpoint, change from, oh, this is the best hardware to this is a cash grab? Because if you look at it from my perspective as a streamer, I want to have the equipment to do my streams. I have an old, I still think it's a first gen Switch, which I actually got from Game Junction. Plug.
Yay!
But I have that set up, but if I want to stay up and current, especially knowing Nintendo with them being so hard up to not port backwards or port older games forward without putting it through like pay for Nintendo Plus and get the whole retro arcade.
Yeah.
Which
I hate that.
Infuriates me. But I'm not going to sit here and go, okay, I have a Switch 7. They're about to do the Switch 8. Do I need to spend the $200 for the Switch 8? Or can I keep streaming on the Switch 7? And then by the time I can afford the Switch 8, they're coming out with Switch 10.
Yep.
So that's literally going to put those who are less casual gamers behind in the times. Whereas if they were to keep doing what they're doing with, you know, the right, like, maybe with like software patches, or like occasionally be like, oh, well, here in a couple years, here's the Switch OLED, or here's the Switch Sigma, the Switch Ash Williams Ass Kicker Edition. And it makes it to where we're not having to shell out, buttloads of money at Black Friday, hacking people up with machetes to get the new Switch, which is pretty much just the same thing as the last Switch, just with a slightly better CPU.
Well, you bring up a good point there, because if you recall, over the, let's just say over the course of the life of the DS, you had the original DS, and then you went to the DS Lite, which had a better screen. It was brighter. You could still play your GBA games. And then eventually you
DSi.
you get
You
to
had the
that, you
DSi.
get the DSi.
Yeah.
Then now people want it bigger, so DSi XL, which is basically the same thing. Then you end up going from there to the 3DS, then the new 3DS, then
2DS.
the 2DS.
New 2DS XL.
2DS, yep.
Yeah, I mean, you had all these XLs and all that stuff, so they had an iteration for each one, stepping it up, and I love watching Spawn Wave, I really do, but
Yeah.
sometimes I just, and also RGT85, and if you guys
Those are my dudes.
yeah, don't take this personally, and especially RGT85, because he'll even joke about how people go, yeah, they say I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I'm like, yeah, you are a Nintendo fanboy, because that's all you talk about is the Switch. That's fine.
It's what sells, man.
That's fine. But everybody RGT and Spawn Wave always talk about, Switch Pro, Switch 2, No, they're going to keep incrementally going up a little bit, because they know all the suckers, I'm one too, are going to buy it.
Right.
The one where we stopped, we said, okay, so now the new 3DS has a little joystick on it.
Yep.
Who gives a shit?
I did. For Monster Hunter.
But then, now correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they, so they had the 2DS, but didn't they eventually make a foldable 2DS?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I actually have right now that I use.
Now, I like that.
It's the best model, but it doesn't have 3D.
Yeah, I never
2DS
used the 3D
XL.
anyway. So, I
Yeah.
think Doc, hit it right on the head there, because they're just going to keep going. We're going to siphon this and siphon this and siphon this, because they're finally toward the end of that life cycle of this system, and I don't think that they're going to keep milking it. If anything, they might keep it going a little bit after they release the next thing, so that way the old model is your, it's kind of like your entry model, or we're going to keep it cheap so that way you can keep buying this, or keep the light around, that sort of thing.
Right.
It would be funny if what they do when they go to the next one, they make the lights where you can actually hook it up to a TV then finally. So the new light, you can hook this up to a TV too. Be like, you bastard.
Yeah. There's a new
Because
update that unlocks that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
Yeah.
So they've
but
already done
only,
it.
but only for the new models. Only for the new models. Just like the 3DS, you can't play all those great Super Nintendo games on the eShop unless you have the new 3DS. So, we could beat this horse until
Just a heads up. There's only 8 games for the new 3DS, so I mean, it's not necessary.
My wife looked that up one time, and I went, "Are you shitting me?"
Yeah.
So
If you want to go for a complete set, that's the easiest one and
That's easy.
cheapest one to go for. Yeah. Yeah,
I
for
wonder if
sure.
John Hancock has the full set.
I'm sure. I'm sure, man.
Like 12 sets.
He's got everything in life. Yeah, he's got a sealed one, open one, and loose one. He wants that loose one just to play.
And the one with no label.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a little bit of local news. It was announced this week that Torque Gaming Expo has been expanded to 2 days. It's going to be November
Nice.
11th and 12th, 2023. And of course, I was told from a
This show's
couple
too
of
damn big.
sources-
It's too big not to be 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's also going to be much bigger because now Brandon would know better than I, and of course I spoke with someone else that shall remain nameless at this point. But they told me that of course the facility next year is going to be in the same place, but it'll be a building that's 3 to 4 times the size because they had to turn over 200 vendors away this year. Can you imagine that? I mean, this thing was monstrous.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's
even
insane.
and when I was watching Radical Reggie, he did yet another video. I was watching one of his videos, and he said something that he goes, "Yeah, this thing's about almost the size of the Portland
PRGE. Yeah, it'll be bigger next year. It'll be bigger. Yeah.
So really looking forward to that myself. And I know you guys were like, "Hey, I might come up and see that. We might come on up." Better.
It's gonna be worth it.
Check out Reggie's video though. There's a mystery figure in there. You might see him if you've seen the video.
Now Doc, where are you at in the country? I don't know.
I'm actually in Asheville, Ohio, so I'm close enough that the thing is that I had seen the advertisements to Torg, and then I ended up going on vacation that weekend. And then all of a sudden, I saw my friends like, "Hey, we're at Torg. Are you here? Because you're a streamer. You could vlog." And I'm like, "Right."
Yeah, one of our mutual friends went up there, and it was so packed that I couldn't even find their group of people, which was Olivia. I couldn't even run into them. She had a group of people, could not find her the entire show. They were for like 5 hours. I mean, that's how packed it was. So.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. My friend Kristen, when she was there, she found me a couple of times, and how do I know her? And I you see her in a couple of my videos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her.
I was trying to figure out who she was. I was like, I've seen her somewhere. But yeah, it's going to be good. It's a needed upgrade, and I think that
Doc, don't go on vacation next year. Make that. Put that on your
November
calendar.
11th and 12th. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So me and Tony just need to know who are we bunking with when we
Who's got a bed for me?
Well, Scott.
I'll
That's all I've got. Yeah, I'm going to get a hotel room.
I'll with Scott at the hotel. Get us a big fat room.
I cannot drive back and forth 10 times this year.
all good.
It's like 10 hours of driving. I can't do it, so I'm going to get a hotel room.
Well, especially if you're going to get a hotel room at the place where Torg is going to be getting the discount rates that you can get, and
Yeah.
Of course that fills up fast.
Yeah.
So that way, But I don't know. Depending upon where they get it, I probably won't go to the same hotel. I'll probably end up either staying closer to where Torg
We'll find
is,
an
or I'll
Airbnb
actually
somewhere.
get closer to
We'll
the
all
mall.
pile up on an Airbnb.
Shit, let's do that. We'll have a Game Junction flop house.
Get one of those shoes.
It's our wretched night to do whatever. Yeah, I say that's kind of the way to go, actually.
Townhome. Why is it all playing chiptune music?
I love it.
Well, now we talked about Insignia, and I know that Shane got the Insignia. You got it running and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony, did you do that or no?
Shane's got my console.
Yeah, about to
Okay,
get that done
okay.
for him.
See, I haven't had time. I mean, I got everything here, and I've got the sign up, but I haven't done it yet. So, anybody else, Doc? Are you going to sign up for Insignia for the original Xbox?
What? I don't know what that is.
You gotta explain it.
I'm not up to the times.
All right, here's a question, Doc. Did you play original Xbox Live
Oh,
at all?
for sure,
Okay.
yeah.
So
I used to play
Insignia has released an update to where they are re-releasing Xbox Original Live. So there's 13 games, or no, it's actually more games now, right?
24.
30.
Is it 30? Okay.
32 games that you can go back and play live on your original Xbox right
in 2
now.
weeks.
Yeah, because I mean granted, the most I played on the original Xbox with that gigantic controller was like Morrowind and what was it? Halo, the original Halo.
Nice.
And that's one of the ones you can play.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's back.
Big
That
user
and
base.
I want to play Counter Strike.
People
I
already
do too.
play Counter-Strike.
I want to too. You gotta send me that stuff, Shane. I did ask you to send it to me again, but
Yeah,
I'll order it
yeah.
tonight. I'll order it
I
tonight.
was gonna say tomorrow I'll get Tony's shit all rigged up and I can get it in the mail out tomorrow.
Oh shit, that's even better. Okay, cool.
Yeah, just hang tight.
And then Scott, I'll transfer it to you. I'll ship it to you, and you can use the stuff to get set up if you want. That was kind of the thing we were feeling. Just use because it's a one-time use. You don't.
Like your original Xbox.
Well, mine's already modded, but
So-
I don't know if it's going to be because they already.
It's not an
soft
issue,
mods,
they-
You've got the soft mod already on there.
Yeah, but they did say that there are some soft mods that it won't work for. I don't know. I can't remember which one I've got. So
Mine doesn't have anything done to it. It's got like 5 hours of playtime. I've got it practically new.
That
I
dog.
really want a solid state drive for mine. That's all. I want a solid state drive, and I want my shit cloned. That's all. Yes, sir.
Is this like
Puts his hand up.
is this basically where you take like your old Xbox, like the original one, and you now have updated services for it, or is this
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
like a? Oh shit! Okay, I can't do that because my old Xbox is probably in a landfill somewhere or a GameStop because I got $5.
No.
Well, good news. There's some good news. If you're to get any system, it's literally the cheapest system to get outside of like a Genesis. Like it's, yeah, I mean, super cheap. So if it's something you would want to do, it makes for a good stream.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
give it a try.
For sure.
Load up some Conker's
And
Bad
yes.
Fur Day or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
What'd you say, Shane?
well,
You said you got on Counter-Strike earlier, and there was like 2 lobbies that were completely full, right?
Yeah, 2 full lobbies, 16 players
Really?
in each.
That's
And,
cool.
The one I joined in, I think there
Gosh.
were like 9 or 10. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot. There's over like
Please put Rainbow
3,000
Six
registered
Lockdown on there.
consoles that are currently, and it's still technically in beta form.
Yeah.
I mean,
They said it'll be in beta for a while.
Beta. I mean,
I feel like my assumptions will stay in beta until they get probably like they want to hit a certain number of games active, or maybe even the full live library. Yeah.
I could see that. I
Yeah.
could see that.
But it's working. I mean, I've heard little issues of it. So
Oh yeah, it works great. It seems like most of the issues stem from user
error, yeah.
or poor internet connections.
That
or-
would be me. I'm gonna have the biggest user error.
Tony, your whole life is a user error.
Sometimes you just have to change out the potato that you have all your cords plugged into.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel that. I felt that in my
Out
soul.
of my ass and put the other one back in there.
I felt that in my soul for sure.
This one has eyes in it. It's going to have more electricity. Well, of course, this was Thanksgiving. And we of course had the Thanksgiving sales that happened this week. I don't like calling it Black Friday anymore because number one, I used to work retail, and I actually shared something about Black Friday on
Me and Anthony know all about this.
I used
That's
to
for
work
sure.
loss prevention on Black Friday.
and you know, and that's the thing is up
Just sit back and
until
let it go.
up until about between 12 and 20 years ago, Black Friday was something that the people who worked in retail used to call it that because of all the money coming in and the crowds and the traffic and the insanity. It had nothing to do with the store's black ledger at the bottom going, oh, this is in the black. And then all of a sudden it was, oh,
Back
Black
in the
Friday
States,
sale, Black
dudes.
Friday sale. Yeah, so now they were trying to take this negative connotation and make it something positive. I'm like, that's like calling it the awesome cancer sale. No. So yeah, no, because Black Friday literally means Black Friday. But anyway, I think it's kind of ridiculous to call that since they're now having sales up to 2 weeks early. And you're having your Black Friday sale, and also now, Cyber Monday, which is tomorrow. That's moot now too, because you're supposed to have.
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the
They're already doing
point?
that. They're already.
It's all
They did
about-
that. They did that 2 weeks ago already.
Yeah.
And now they're actually extending their sales longer. So this will be on sale not just one day, but so brick and mortar doesn't matter so much in that respect anymore. So people aren't having to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, that kind of a thing. And you don't have all these stores, acting like, hey, we need to, open up on Thanksgiving like GameStop, or we need to, a lot of the stores are staying closed because they eventually found out that the earlier and earlier you opened up, the less money you were actually making because you're having to pay all this overhead and everything,
Yep.
as opposed to people saying, all right, but now that since we have the ability to buy things from Amazon, Target, wherever online, now it's just easier to just go click and that's it. So, but there's still a lot of people, going to the stores to do it. So, yeah.
No, I was just going to bring up something. I was reading an article earlier, and it said that it is now hit in 2022. Well, I guess since last year, the numbers have hit a 75% point where all the sales are coming from online sales, 25% from stores. But you also got to think, when they're paying the overhead for the people coming in at 4 a.m. for the stores, that's just transferring to the warehouses. I mean, I've been in there, so I know the labor's just transferring. So, I mean, I wonder, it's just something to bring up about that. Something
Right,
I was thinking about.
You're not keeping the lights on in the store and the people in the store. Now you're keeping it on in the warehouse.
Yeah, now you need more people
So,
in the
yeah.
warehouse with that volume. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So that.
I think
yeah,
I
that
just
makes
seen
a lot of
something.
sense.
Didn't Amazon just lay off like 10,000 employees?
They
Because,
did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I mean, they were like lined up, turning in their damn vests. It was like 10,000.
So you know
laid off.
You know what that means is fucking overworked employees at a warehouse that aren't going to stay and deal with that shit. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. I worked at Amazon for a minute, and it's pretty brutal. Yeah, it's not
Well, I
not
mean,
for the lighthearted.
There's a line that people will come up to on any job, and that is, this is my how much bullshit am I going to take line, for the money that I'm making.
Yeah.
So it's just like, is $15 an hour enough for me to do this when I was making 10 at this other place, but yet I was happy, but now I'm making more money here, now I'm working like a dog.
Yep.
And I don't mean, I'm not saying that because you make more money, you don't have to, to work hard or whatever. But at the same time, there are people who are getting severely abused. There are people who are getting overworked. Who, people like pay. They're not negotiating, enough vacation time, sick time, that kind of thing. In the United States of America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, the place where opportunity came to live, we have. Yeah, not only do we work the most, but we actually take care of a lot of our workers the least. When you have insurance companies, I'm not going to get super political here, but when you have insurance companies that are trying to do their best to not pay the insurance that you are paying into, when you have these companies who are just saying, oh yeah, well, you're 47 years old and you're going to be starting here. No, we don't negotiate vacation days. After your first year, you'll get like a week. Well, if I was living
that's the problem too with like the GameStops and stuff. They hire in all these employees, but it's always like a part-time. It's always like a part-time thing. So you don't come in and you can't get the insurance. You keep your managers that way. I mean, we've all. Scott, I think you said you used to work at GameStop, correct?
I did.
Yeah, so like you know that struggle with that kind of shit. So you're gonna come in, you're going to a job you really want to do because you're really into video games and you like that shit and you want to be in that field. And I mean, let's be honest, unless you own your own damn game store or streamer, video game retail, GameStop is not all you have. So if you want to get into that store, you're coming in as a part-time employee. You're not getting a whole lot of hours. You get treated like shit if you don't get sales, if you don't get the bonus shit you're supposed to sell.
The
Yeah,
subs,
you
the
gotta get
quotas,
those quotas, exactly. So it's like,
and then all the other crap they try to
it
make.
kills your love for what you want to do that way. I mean, like, so trying to get a job in the video game field where you're actually making money and making a living at it, that's really tough.
Right, and that really isn't making it, getting a job in the video game field because you're not working for Bungie.
Exactly, you're just literally flipping games for a corporate.
Yeah, you're not flipping
Succubus.
burgers, you're flipping games. So,
Right.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that to that point, well, I remember a book that I read a while ago. Oh God, now the name of the book just went out of my head. But they were Fast Food Nation, and I read this a long time ago, and they were talking about In-N-Out Burger, which is of course mostly on the West Coast. And on day one, when you work at, mind you, I read this book 2005, 2004, and this book had been published maybe 3-4 years before that. So we're talking a 20-year-old book now. And they were interviewing the people who own In-N-Out Burger, which is it's a family business, and they said, so you pay people $15, or maybe at that time it was $14 an hour. Let's say this was the year 2000. You pay people $14 an hour, and you give them health insurance on day one, and everybody likes their jobs. You have the best quality of any hamburger joint across the entire nation, voted time and time again. McDonald's is the worst. So they said, why do you do that? Why are you paying these people $14 an hour? Why are you giving them health insurance on day one? And they looked at the reporter, or I'm sorry, the author of the book, and he said, we want happy, healthy employees. So
That's our Chick-fil-A mottos.
that translates everywhere. That translates to 343 Studios. That translates to Amazon. That translates to GameStop. That translates everywhere. Now, I'm not saying, every, McDonald's and Wendy's, now they're starting to have these kiosks where you go in and they won't even take the order. I say, screw you. If you don't want to take my money, if you don't want to have some... Robots don't buy burgers. Okay? So, it's kind of like that, So if put a person up there, give me somebody with a smile, and pay that person a decent wage, so that way, I can get my burger with a smile and, something this quality and that sort of thing. And it's the same thing at GameStop because, dude, I remember when I was working there and they had these quotas to meet for everything. What did you get enough subs this week? Did you sell enough magazines? And now every time I go there, it's like, oh, do you want the dollar game replacement thing? And I go, I have games that are older than your parents, probably. No, I'm good.
I give this to my 5-year-old. We're fine.
Yeah. But anyway, so did anybody find anything good on Black Friday? Anybody find anything good? Anything coming in that you ordered?
I actually, myself and my girlfriend, we actually got a couple things for Steam coming up. I managed to get the Jackbox Party Pack 9 for $30.
Excellent.
Nice.
I did see Days Gone is actually, I don't know if it still is, but it was very, very heavily discounted, as well as my girlfriend actually got this one. She got Ni no Kuni for like $7 or $11. And it's normally like 80 on Steam.
I got that for $5.
Nice.
So I have a hard time. I missed. So I had. You mentioned earlier before the podcast that you've been playing Sea of Thieves. Well, I've had that in my Steam cart forever now, waiting on like a price drop or, a coupon code or something like that. And of course, like I buy it a couple weeks ago for $40 and get to playing it and get my sons into it, and then
and then it went on sale.
It went on sale for $20 freaking dollars. Man, I was so pissed. Damn it! And I played it for more than the 2 hours. Which we were talking about returns and stuff earlier on games. Luckily, Steam is really nice about that. If you play a game for less than 2 hours, you don't like it, they will refund your money 100% on that shit.
Let me just say something.
That's actually one of the things that, talking on that, that's one of the things that's been really hitting independent, especially like short form horror games. I can't remember the names of them exactly.
The Quarry?
It was a studio. Do what?
The Quarry or Dark House?
No, not the Quarry. This is like serious like indie. I have a friend of mine who's also a Twitch streamer who literally played through their entire collection they had. They actually ended up shutting down their studio because their games could all be completed like speed run in less than 45 minutes. So people were playing through it, streaming it, and then returning it.
Fucking asshole.
Wow.
And they were hemorrhaging money, so they ended up having to close down and put all their games on Steam, like for sale. Like there was one as like summer of, I think it was literally like summer of '69 or something like that, where you have to like investigate an old like camp near Chernobyl or something like that. They had one where you're trapped in a subway car. There's one where you're walking around Blair Witch style. Yeah. I wish for the life of me I can remember what the names were, but
well, I do know that that's a Bryan Adams song, and that's all I'm going to pull up if I even put it in. But
so my brother-in-law, he did that shit with a lot when GameStop was doing that. If you could beat the game within like a week, you could return it and for a full refund or like trade it in for another game. He would literally pound out games. He could literally take a 40-hour game and beat it in like 3 days. Like he just would. He just played that much of video games.
I just found it. It was summer of '58. The studio is Emeka Games, and it's on Steam right now for like, where'd it go? It's currently on sale, 63% off for $332 for just the game.
Wow.
Or you can get their entire collection, their bundle. Games include Locked Up, Find Yourself, Summer of '58, and Father's Day, which actually just released this past October, so it looks like they might have had a turnaround from some public outcry about it. It's 70% off. You can get 4 games for $12.59, and these are like short form horror games, like first person view, find, interact, figure stuff out.
Nice.
Interesting.
I'll check that out myself.
Yeah, for sure.
But of course, I have a Mac, and a lot of stuff will not run Steam on Mac. So I actually did, before I learned about that, I bought one game a while back, and I went, oh shit, I can't play Grand Theft Auto Vice City on my Mac. Crap. So I have it, but I can't play it. So, that's all right.
I picked up one game I wanted to show off for Black Friday. I didn't grab anything else, but I got this, and it's Streets of Rage 4. But it's the version that has all the DLC on the cart. I was holding out to get this, and I got it for $10.
You know, I think I got that one.
Yeah, Mr. X Knight. It's got the DLC on the cart. You can buy the base game. Like, it's on sale all the time for like $10-15.
I'll check after the stream and see which one I've got.
Yeah, I mean,
I
the reason
here about 2 months ago.
the reason I wanted to wait for that, because if you go for the DLC, it's $15 by itself. So it's like, you know, it's on the cart, so that's, you don't have to do an update, which is cool.
That's what you want.
Well, when Tony was talking, go ahead.
On Epic Games, Star Wars Squadrons is currently free.
Oh, I'm gonna have to grab that
I
then.
downloaded that yesterday.
I'm gonna grab.
Yeah, Epic, yeah.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you-
I always forget about their monthly free games and stuff, because I forgot what I got on that, but of course I can't play it. So. But I still have my account.
I always grab the Amazon ones.
Scooped in free games.
Oh yeah, always. I've never played any of these PC games. I've only had this laptop like 5 months, right? I didn't have a computer for 10 years. But I've already got like over 100 games just on these free services doing monthly stuff. I mean, it builds up the library. It's cool shit. Like when I do want to stream it, it's there.
They have a Steam library that he was just like, he was showing me, he shared his screen the one night, and he goes, look at this. I was almost falling asleep just by looking at the list.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah, he gets all this stuff on sale all the time.
GOG has free games, Epic, Amazon games. That's where I get a majority of them. I've got like 78 of the games on there. There's other ones too. I've got several of the clients, it's like 5 or 6 that have monthly free games. So I always recommend that. But go ahead, Scott.
No, well, Tony was talking about the GameStop policy, where if you buy a used game, you have it 7 days. You know, whether you don't like it or you beat it, you can just bring it back. And I always wanted to do that, but I never did. But we did have this one regular customer, and he was at home an awful lot. He was a younger guy, but he was at home an awful lot. And I remember he came in quite often, and he would buy usually just one game at a time. And he was a big Final Fantasy fan. And this was the guy that signed up for the PS2 one. What was the one that had the hard drive and everything? He bought the hard drive and all that
11.
shit. He was the only person that pre-ordered that from us. But he would come in every couple weeks, and he would buy something used, and he would be back within 7 days. He'd be like, here you go. I was like, damn. And we were cool with it, you know. I mean, number one, it's not my money, but number two, it was the policy. And I think his name was Anthony, actually.
It wasn't
if I
me.
recall correctly.
I can't sit down and focus to beat a game in 7 days.
Turn in Seaver, I'm telling you, he's returning the games.
I got so many unfinished games, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I mean my entire collection is unfinished games. Let's be honest, there's like 5 in there that's finished.
I am the epitome of the meme where it's like, oh, I'm enjoying this game. Oh, a new one.
I started Ragnarok.
What's the last game that you actually beat? Like, what's the last game you remember seeing credits for at the end?
Jesus. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge.
Me too. That's my last beat game too.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Elden Ring for me.
Nice.
I haven't even played it yet.
It was either Resident Evil 2 or Lollipop Chainsaw, but I can't remember which one. And I remember I played those recently, not back in the day.
Right.
Terrible games. Just kidding.
I know that The Evil Within, I'm going to finish that. No, I'm going to finish that one here real soon, but I'm going to finish up Fear, because those are 2 reviews I'm going to do. And I love Fear.
Hey, heads up! Fear is on the PlayStation Premium service. 1, 2, and I think 3 are on there.
Nice.
So you're only missing that exclusive, the Fear Files. It's the only one that's not on there, I believe.
That one wasn't all that good.
Oh, that's my favorite one. I love
Is
it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, and I'm just like, okay. I mean,
My
I'll
favorite.
check it out no matter what people say. I'll check it out.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
good.
have 1 and 3, I don't have 2 in files yet. So.
I'm missing 1 and 2 now. Yeah.
Since you brought it up, Evil Within bundle on Steam right now, normally $24.99, 70% off. You can get Evil Within the Consequence, the Executioner, the Assignment. Like, I think that's all just for the first Evil Within, but that is $7.49 right now.
That's cool. Yeah.
For the whole game and the DLC.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I want to get that Alan Wake remastered because.
Wait. I'll tell you why.
What?
I see it dropping on Amazon all the time. It was $15 last week. Yeah, wait. Right. It's going to drop more. I guarantee it.
That thing has stayed. And I have, I don't have the American Nightmare download, but I know it's on that thing.
Actually, I have that
bundle.
Yeah.
And I know 2's coming out within the next year or so. But I have it for 360, and I love that game. But I just wonder, is it going to be that much prettier? Just HD.
With our backlogs, listen, I'm trying to convince myself this. Just quit buying. Like, I just don't buy anything new now, right? The only thing new I bought recently was Pokemon and Ragnarok, which was already a mistake because I haven't even gone back to it yet. So I started it, went to Pokemon. Like, I could have waited and got it for $25-$30. Like,
well, I bought
like $30 on
and
Amazon, isn't it?
Yes, it's $30, and that's one of the 3 games I wanted to play this year. 2 of them I've already got.
$30 across all platforms.
But I'm waiting. It's going to be $15-$20 a few months. I'll wait because I can't even play it right now. I don't have time.
I bought Gungrave Gore, and I got it 2 days ago. And then Brandon tells me last night it's on Game Pass, and I went, son of a bitch.
Yep.
I was like, I spent $50 on that for no reason. But that's not true, because as you know,
you own it.
I like Game Pass. I do own it, number 1. Number 2, the one thing I do like about owning it versus Game Pass is unless it's a Microsoft-owned property, they almost never take down anything that they own, whether it's Bethesda or 343 or Microsoft Studios. Any of that stuff stays. But if it's something from somebody else, tick, 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 gone.
Yep.
And I hate that. So,
hey Scott, let me throw this in there real quick so you know. Yeah. I've had 2 people tell me your volume is really low for the stream, and they're having a hard time hearing you. Yeah, just you. But anyway, we'll move along.
I won't be able to do anything about it this week.
All right.
So,
all right.
Thank you, folks. For
yes, no problem.
I might be able to. I just don't want to.
Yeah, we're good. We can move along. Just as a note for next time.
It always bums me out but like we're talking about with all the games going on sale though, and just like with that whole Sea of Thieves thing going on sale, and then I've got a physical disc over here that I picked up for like $5 in Sea of Thieves, but it doesn't matter anyway because you still have to have Game Pass to play it online. So.
Well, Xbox Live. You don't have to have Game Pass.
Xbox Live, right? So you just pay the $10, and you get the Game Pass, and you download it and play it. You don't need a physical copy for it.
Actually, I just popped my volume up, so we'll see if I sound a little better.
Okay, Tony, let me ask you this. I played Sea of Thieves at launch. I quit when the Krakens came out. What is different about buying it since?
Started playing it.
Yeah, what makes it different for you to buy it on Steam versus playing it on Game Pass? Like, with it being an online-only game, what's the difference? Is there, like, DLC on Steam, or you just want to play it on PC?
I think, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Essentially right now with Sea of Thieves, the biggest thing of having it, like, across any of the platforms is the ability to get into the Pirate Emporium, which is where you can use your microtransactions to get your cosmetics for your captain ships, or, if you're borrowing the ship for just adventuring. Because I recently got into it, started playing it on Steam. The big thing is that with what Tony had said is that you've got a lot of folks had the physical discs when it first came out at launch, and then if they're gonna sit and turn it to where, like, my girlfriend could be staying at my house, log into my Xbox with her account where she has Game Pass Ultimate, and play Sea of Thieves over cloud, while I'm on my Steam account separately, it really there's no point in the disc. There's no point in spending the money for that physical disc that you're gonna have to sit and stare at your screen while it installs. Like that was one of the biggest things that like upset me with like Red Dead Redemption 2. was that I got it and I had to go through 2 discs of installing, and then get 1 disc that I can play with, and then I think it was a few months later when they were releasing Red Dead Redemption Online, they put the whole fucking game on sale, and I'm like, I waited for launch on this. I got the special horse, I got the 2 discs, I got the map.
Same.
Yep, I did too.
Pre-order Cyberpunk and get the postcards and the stickers.
Same.
I didn't go for the like special case because I'm not dumb. And then
that is
I'm dumb. I did. I got it. I bought it. Yeah.
That is literally the definition of screwing you and the horse that you rode in on. So.
Yeah.
Let me say this though. Statue's dope, and you got all the stuff they released for that. I mean, I guess I'm not defending it because it is still kind of stupid, but we do that for things that we're excited about and we look forward to. So it is what it is. I've got the Resident Evil 4 Special Edition pre-ordered. I mean, it's kind of stupid because you're really only paying for the statue, right? But
essentially, yeah.
It's Resident Evil. I mean, so few games I do that for. Very few.
Fanboy.
It's getting to the point now
it's
where
a really cool statue, then great.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, it's getting to the point now where it's like you're getting these exclusives with like the statues, like God of War Ragnarok had the Mjolnir, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And you can get either a discless or a disc version.
But it costs the same, doesn't it?
But it costs the same.
Why the hell would I do?
All right. Well, you're stumbling into.
Come with a disc.
You're stumbling. Yeah, it doesn't come with it. I gave it to Lucas, which is part of Game Junction too. I pre-ordered it and he bought it. It was like not paid until it ships, but he got that and the controller. But dude's pretty excited about it. There was no disc. So I was kind of like not. I didn't care that much. No disc. I probably.
$50 version.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Was it $350?
Yeah, it was expensive. It was expensive as shit.
This comes with download code.
But hey, he's happy with it though. Dude loves it. But let me tell you this: the Amazon package that came, dude, massive box. It came at my door. It covered the entire door. Like it went past the door. I'm like, couldn't walk in. Moving the thing over. I'm like, I was not expecting this. Like, what did you buy? I'm like, yeah, it was. They sent in a massive box, but.
Forklift certified.
Well, I decided to free some people from a shoe factory in Asia, so this is one of them, and they're gonna be living here for a while. Hope you're all right with it.
What was you saying, Shane?
Oh, they came out with that massive collector's edition of Shadows of Mordor.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, so I ordered that thing, and yeah, when it came, it literally was in a box that was like 3.5 feet by 3.5 feet.
Oh, yeah.
It was. I didn't know what to do with it. I ended up selling it to a friend, but like I got it to keep because that's the bust statue. That were so fucking cool, but it was literally the biggest collector set I have ever like.
It's like taking 300 of your NES games and like you've been, it's wild.
Legit, like the door of my room, like where I keep my laptop here, it wouldn't fit through the doorway. I was going to unbox it to bring it through the door. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I remember that Titanfall, the original Titanfall set. They had a really huge, massive box for that too. I was just like,
I remember that one.
Yeah, and that thing was beautiful too.
Destiny the Witch Queen also had one where you got the Savathun statue. And it's just like this gigantic box. I didn't get it because I work. I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah,
What do you do actually, Anthony? What do you do for a living? I'm curious.
I actually, without divulging too much, because
obviously.
I work with a logistics company doing intermodal shipments. So I handle stuff that goes on the railroads. Yeah. So, yeah, all sorts of different
transferring stuff from here to there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So. That's about what I do. I work my normal 9 to 5, and then I usually come straight home and start streaming. So it's always go, go, go.
Nice. Yeah, I sell car parts for living at dealerships. I know that 9 to 5.
Looks like we're being told everybody's super quiet except for Brandon. Thank goodness there are subtitles. I don't...
Well, I'm hoping.
We all need to yell really loud.
I did
I'll just
turn
get
mine
closer
up.
to the mic.
I did turn mine up, so hopefully it.
Well, when Brandon comes back, we'll tell him to turn it up in OBS. That's probably what it is. I bet he's got OBS turned down.
Probably.
Mine's turned up all the way for you guys, so but for me it's turned down a little bit. I'm gonna turn mine up just a little bit more.
I love how I looked at my settings like I was going to be able to fix something. I'm the guest.
That's just from being a streamer, man. I know that feeling because I do the same shit.
You guys are in the red here, so maybe it's on Brandon's end. Like
Yeah, it might be.
I think so. We'll let him know when he comes back.
So hang in there, Sean, on Facebook.
There he
We'll get
is.
this figured out.
Sorry guys, I spilled my drink everywhere, so I had to go throw that in the washer. That's why, yeah.
Yeah, hey Brandon, turn this up in OBS.
I got you.
Turn my headphones up.
Headphones
Turn
up.
up the
What?
radio.
That should help.
There's no snare in my headphones.
Oh, that is so loud.
Turn them shits up.
Alright, that should
All
help.
right. Well, one thing.
Hey, let me, hold on. I apologize. We've had a ton of comments, definitely the most for any stream ever. They're all compiled here for Restream. We've got, let me just...
We're really, really low.
No, none of those say that. I was actually reading on someone else.
I got you. Mystical said they watched the movie Nope, and they were not impressed.
Yeah,
Well, of
I
course,
heard that.
It's a very woke. It's an extremely woke movie by an extremely woke director.
Hey, I
So
liked
there you
a
go.
couple of the movies he's made. The first one for
I
sure.
liked his first
Get
one.
Out, Get Out. Get Out
Yep,
was
I
really
liked
good.
his first one.
That
And
was
that's how
pretty-
come Twilight.
pretty cool.
It's why Twilight Zone got canceled too, because it was called the Twilight Woke Zone. So that's why it went bye. Sorry,
Everyone was quiet but me. I've heard just all that comments.
Yeah.
you loud
Since
bastard.
it is 4 of you, I do not think any one of you has problems with their settings. That sounds better. Alright, so it was nothing, didn't miss a whole lot, but there was other comments I didn't get to
At least
reply
keep-
to. But hey, thank you. We appreciate it.
Sean's hanging in there
Yes,
with
thank
us.
you.
Sean's helping us out.
Yeah,
He's our guy
sure,
in the
we've
comments
got-
letting us know what it sounds like.
Yeah, we got 9 people in between everything here that's on, so yeah.
Hey, who's watching from the Spark Squad? Let me know I'm not doing this alone.
Well, we had your brother came in. I think you saw that. Michael came in. I haven't seen anything else yet that's popped up on here, but sometimes we don't see comments from everything. So, but anyway, let's.
Now that I've
Well,
called them, they will come.
Yes.
For
There we go.
for our next thing, there was announced this week that there will be a Retrobit reproduction of Battletoads and Double Dragon for the Super NES Collector's Edition, and of course Glaylancer Collector's Edition for the Sega Genesis. And that was a Japan only release, and it was only in Japanese, and it will be, even the manual is going to be translated to English, and that will get a release. Both of them will get released through, of course, Retrobit, limited run. Both are running at $54.99 or $54.95, $55. They'll be available from other online retailers as well. And do you have any interest in playing these? And have you played the originals? And do you actually have them? Now, I would imagine Shane probably has at least the Battletoads. Yeah,
They're
sitting
good.
there.
Both good
Yeah,
games.
I remember playing the Battletoads back at my buddy Dan's house the one day. He's like, "Dude, I got it. Come on over." And I was like, "All right." And we played the hell out of
Double
that.
Dragon is a good one. I really like
Yeah,
that.
that's a good one.
Grey
Yeah,
Lancer
they look-
is the one to. I love Grey Lancer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
was,
really.
I was more excited about that announcement than
Yeah.
the others.
Yeah, Battletoads Double Dragon's a little. For me, it's okay. It's not the best in either series, but it's fine.
I do want to get both of them, but Glaylancer is the one that I'm really excited about because I've seen the game, in reviews and stuff. I've seen it online, but I've never actually played it, and it just looks fantastic. So I'd love to grab hold of that.
It's cool to see the localization projects being done nowadays for these older retro games.
Yeah.
So is that going to be like that's going to be a full like English translation?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, 100% everything. I think that there's speech in the original as well, like actual like vocals that are in the game, and I think some of that was redone in English for this.
Yeah, it's very minimal. It's like sound effects from the characters and stuff, if I remember right. Yeah, but yeah, I think they did that as well. So I think what I read was they actually took a fan sub and added those vocal sound effects to that. I could be wrong, but I think I read that a little while ago.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's you probably read what I read, because that's something I remembered as well.
But Grey Lancer, good. It's a good game, man. It's one to check out.
Yeah, you have until December 27th to get your pre-orders in on that, and that's a halfway decent window there. So I might get a couple of them and just squirrel one away.
I'll give a heads up though. It's a little weird with Retrobit because a lot of their products will sit on there forever. They had the Mega Man X Super Nintendo cartridge. It is still on there. It's been on there for almost 2 years.
That was their first one.
That was their very first one. There's been like very few that have like sold out in like a quick period of time. So like, I don't know that it's a rush sort of thing. It's cool, but it's a novelty because they sell at a premium. Like that Mega Man X cartridge, it's $100. It's an official release, but it depends on how much you care. I'm a Mega Man fan. It's one I've wanted, and
you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, if it's cool, it's like a boutique type product. You know what I mean? Right. So it's
there. You go.
Yeah. But hey, it's cool, man.
Would you be better off ordering it from Retrobit directly or getting it through Limited Run? Because of course, one's going to come from overseas. They're all going to come from overseas anyway.
Limited Run for this.
And then it would have to be redistributed if, like, let's say they Limited Run orders a whole bunch of them, then they have to redistribute, or is it just going to take an extra couple days for them to go, all right, we'll go through them?
So my experience with those, where they're like distributing the product, it's not made by them, typically comes sooner from Limited Run, which is crazy.
Okay,
it's Limited Run. That's because they get a mass sent to them, and they can send all those out at once. Versus you're getting one single one sent out overseas. Products got to be verified. Yeah, it's typically quicker if it's a distributed product versus
then
like
it's being sorted here as opposed to being sorted there, coming into the country, being resorted, sorted. It's being packaged and sorted here.
Yep. Yeah, it's typically better to go that route.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So from my experience with that, that's the way to go.
You had touched on something that I didn't hear about, and then they were like, well, I didn't mark it down in the show, so I'll let you talk about this because I don't know too much about it at all. You were talking about the new Hyperkin Xbox 360 controller. So they're resurrecting the 360 controller, and it's going to be a premium edition, you said? So it's I don't know anything about it.
So it's just considered like their premium line of products. So essentially that's like the last Duke controller they made. It had like a LCD built into it, right? So it's like it's kind of like their better product that they're advertising more. So like Retrobit, you can see their controllers all over local game stores, right? It's just a cheap ass controller. But this one,
shit controllers.
Yeah, piece of shit controller.
Yeah.
These ones are usually pricing anywhere from like $50 to $70. They say in their descriptions they're more quality. They source better products. They put more work into it in the design. They work with like the actual company. So Microsoft had a hand.
The Hyperkin Duke controller that they did was actually pretty damn nice. Like
it was great.
It felt like an original Xbox controller in your hand. That little LCD.
Yeah, I saw one.
And
they was nice
when he turned it on.
And they worked with Microsoft for that.
Somebody actually got it playing Doom in that little screen.
Yes, they did.
You could play Doom with the controller in that little LCD screen on it. So, you can't go wrong with that.
They put more money into these products and they work with like the actual company. So they said, hey, what we're changing is what's on the Series X in the middle. So you got your capture, you got your home, and then your what is it? There's the 3 buttons that's in the middle. That's all it's changed, right? So it's a Series X controller in the form factor of a 360, essentially.
Okay.
So, and that's what they did with the Duke, kind of.
It out.
Yeah, I mean, what I've seen so far, it looks legit. It's got the same size scaling. They're using
I
that.
wasn't a huge fan of the Xbox 360 controller anyway, coming from like the OG Xbox.
Really?
Like, I don't know, I was a Duke controller fan just because I got these big ass bulky hands, so like the Duke controller was my shit. And then they switched to those S controllers they had for original Xbox, and then when
That's
the
what I
360
did.
controller, I was way into the PlayStation at that point, so like it was kind of weird. The 360 controller just didn't feel right in my hands. The offset sticks I didn't like. I really like the sticks being down together, like
Inline.
PlayStation. Oh yeah, inline sticks. It's just
So
it just felt weird. Always felt weird to me with the 360 controller.
Yeah.
yeah, the weird thing is that the 360 controller is like touted as the best controller of all time, right? Like it's been.
See,
I can't even tell you.
I would argue that in a heartbeat.
But
I would argue that with
PS3.
with either PS3,
I don't like
PS4, or
inline
the
sticks.
Sega Saturn second controller.
I don't like inline sticks. I'm not a fan of inline sticks. So like with the DualSense, like I like the DualSense controller, but I think it's outline sticks, whatever they call it.
So Razer's actually doing one for you. Then Razer's got the Pro
saw
controller
that.
coming with the offset sticks.
I don't care enough to buy a controller like that. I don't care enough.
$250.
No, I'll deal with it. It's not like I hate it. It's fine. Like look right here. I bought these. These are the Retro Brawler controllers for PlayStation. Fine with them. It'll work. I mean, it's cool. I grew up with PlayStation more than Xbox, right? So I had
Me
PS2,
too.
got a 360, then went to PS4 shortly, and I mean, 360 was the only era that I really got into with that. Still had a PS3, but I don't care enough. Like I'll work with it.
So
Sean
in the chat said the Wii U pad was weirdly his favorite controller.
Hey,
I could dig on that.
I love the Wii U controller.
Yeah.
If he's talking about he said the Wii U pad.
Well, the
That
pad
Pro
and the
controller
Pro
is
controller
the
were both
Pro
nice.
controller is my favorite controller of all time for the Wii U. 100%.
I'm always a
Sticks
fan
on
of the
that
fact
thing
that
would be great.
80 hours of gameplay on that controller. It's
I'm always
insane.
a fan of the fact that the N64 controller, because of people trying to spam in Mario Party, had to come out with a special sleeve to keep people from getting blisters on their palms. Because they had that joystick in the middle, like, I'm not going to lose to you.
You know what else I helped him with too, right? I mean, hey, whatever. Worked out some
So
muscles.
I thought about it because I've got Mario Party 2, I think it is, for 64, and I thought about bringing it out to our game nights that we're doing like this Wednesday. We got a game night coming up, and then I
But
really
we're
put some
like,
thought into it, man, because it's like, I mean, that's a
They're gonna
$25
kill our-
controller. These people are just gonna wear
Kill
these
'em.
sticks the hell out. So I was like,
I got a solution for you.
Mm-hmm.
I got a solution for you. Hold on. They actually made these sticks to be longer lasting than like the.
Look at Brandon's butt crack.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Quit looking, no. No.
Brandon, it's all good. I had the same thing happen to me on stream last week.
Ah.
My green screen fell. I bent over to pick it up and ended up flashing my whole stream.
Pick up. These aren't cheap necessarily, but these stick themselves. They said they worked on specifically. Yeah. I got this. It says $40 on here. I got it for $15 at a game store. So I see those
I
go
got
on
the
sale all the
wireless
time too.
I thought
Yeah, I
about just
need
doing
the
that little
wireless
stick
one.
upgrade. Like, you can take that original 64 controller and
Also-
it's like a $13 stick upgrade for it.
This is also a solid ass controller, by the way. It's for Genesis
But in
Saturn.
Genesis.
Oh god, it's so good.
That's
The,
cool.
Such a good
the Retro
controller.
Fighters for Dreamcast is a really nice.
I still got to grab that one. Yeah, I played on it. It's a good
It's not
controller.
safe for work.
Not safe for work. Hey, shout out to him, man. He's a cool ass dude. He's always sharing around, commenting, and yeah, he's a cool dude. I see him in every group I'm in. I love it.
Dedication.
Well, Brandon brought it up to me earlier today, and I was like, I've had a headache all day. I'm like, what? I don't know what freaking date it is. And today in 1998, the Dreamcast was released in Japan. So happy 24th birthday to the Sega Dreamcast. Of course, it was released here on 9/9/1999, but it was released there on the 24th of November 1998. So yeah, we got our Dreamcast, going on at that time, and I have a small library of games for the Dreamcast. I don't have a big library. But a couple of my favorites are I love Toy Commander.
Good game.
Mars Matrix was always great. Let's see, Bang.io was a good one.
Oh,
Look at that!
Hey, we can't see it. It's that green screen. Put it a little bit closer.
Yep.
Oh, he's got the Dreamcast I want. He's got the Dreamcast I want. Tony, give me the address. I'm gonna sneak up and I'm gonna break in there tonight.
They don't do better.
There's
from
Shane's.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, I got the Sega CD bundle. Oh my god, get out of here. That's cool, man.
But I always played off of my friends.
So, any
It's
favorite
great.
games, guys?
Oh, Lord.
Dreamcast?
Yeah, let me tell you
yeah.
my favorite, because it's my third favorite game of all time. It's my favorite fighting game, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh,
It's my
classic
favorite-
superhero.
Good one.
Favorite
Guys
game.
of Arcadia.
Yeah,
Resident Evils
absolutely.
were great on it. Resident
Absolutely.
Evil 2 and 3
Halloween.
were awesome.
They were, yeah, good
Jet
ports.
Set Radio.
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
Honestly,
Power Stone 1 and
had-
2.
Probably had the best sports game on Dreamcast of the time. Dreamcast had the best sports games, in my opinion, of the time.
Oh,
How
yeah.
do you-
I'd agree.
How's that
Other
one,
sports games.
Blitz 99.
Sega Sports
Ready to
title.
Rumble 2, that was pretty damn good on there.
Well, yes.
Blitz 99 is a good game.
Wasn't
And then
Dreamcast had a lot of the arcade ports too, like the Crazy Taxi
Yep.
and
Yes.
yes,
One and
I've
two.
got both of those.
Yep.
Bango,
Crazy
North
Taxi was great.
Matrix, a lot of stuff.
you got
And
Legacy
another-
of Kain.
Oh, was it-
a good.
is it Time
That's actually the best
Stalkers?
version of that.
What is it?
Time
Legacy of Kain.
Stalkers, I believe.
Darkstalkers?
No,
Time Stalkers.
Time
Yeah.
Stalkers, yeah.
Stalkers.
See, what's crazy is that we got
RPG. I love it.
281 games, I think, here. I have to double check that number, but it's around the 200 mark, late 200 mark. They got over 1,000 in Japan. People don't even know the expansive
Europe was, you know,
library. They got more
Yeah,
than
Europe
us.
was- a lot
40
that we
of it
weren't
was
either.
arcade stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Headhunter that we got for PS2, they had it in Europe and Japan for for the Dreamcast, and that's where I saw Headhunter first. And that's it's actually a fun game.
It is. It's pretty fun. My problem with Dreamcast, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Right now, I have a problem I have 2 games for Dreamcast, right? I can just grab them right now. But my problem with that is I could just burn the games, like if I want to do it that way, or the ODMU, which is I want ODEMU, which is the way that I'm going to go, just to load
Just
all this.
straight, already ready to go. Just straight.
Yeah,
I mean,
I have so little desire to collect for the Dreamcast now, even though I love the system.
shit's so expensive.
I've got
Dreamcast.
like
things
50.
are really expensive.
They are, and I've got like 50 burnt games. And I'm like, look, I don't even want to mess with it. There's just not enough games I want to go back to all the time where I want to have them on the system ready to go. Like,
My biggest complaint and gripe about that system is the way the damn cord comes out of the controller.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why in the
Absolutely.
hell would you not put it on the front of that controller? Why does it have to curl back up and then click into the bottom of the controller? I don't understand.
They weren't thinking. They were doing crack or something at the time, probably. But
Yeah.
it's.
Let's do something completely
The
different, guys.
Oh, here they are.
You got it.
There's an
8-foot cord. We're gonna take away 2.5 feet, though.
These are my. They sent me these out to review last year, but that's the only reason I even have 2 physical games, and they're numbered, so it's kind of cool. And I'm not going to get rid of those, obviously, for that reason. But
Nice.
if it wasn't for that, then yeah, I wouldn't even have any physical games for it at all. It'd have to be like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Like, I want that physical. It's only because I'm like a super fan of that, but I just don't care enough. There's so many easy ways to play Dreamcast that.
This is true.
That's true.
So there's only a couple games that I still want to get for it. I in the last couple years I got a couple that were like ones that came out afterward, but I still want to get another copy of Bang.io again because I
Good one.
accidentally let that go.
Yeah, that's a good
So,
game.
But anyway, we have a new feature this week that we're going to experiment with, and
sir.
it is well.
Hold on. You gotta let me know here on this one. I'm recording, so you didn't let me know on the last stream. Go ahead.
Let him get set up.
Go for it. Go for it.
I am ready to go,
All right.
and
Yeah, that was a problem we
Well-
didn't get to figure out, and my mouse cursor is not here, so they're not seeing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
What are you guys up to?
Hey,
I've seen it.
I'm going with. All right, I see it now. There we go.
all right. Yeah.
And
So
stream
we're
has
gonna-
ended.
Nice.
All right, all right.
Yeah, I'll have to
that
do
was
it
fun.
again. Yeah, it was so much fun. Oh boy.
All right. So we're going to show you a meme here. We're going to talk about that. If we like this kind of thing, we might do this every once in a while, or throw a few memes in there. But this one was shared this week, and it just kind of tickled my funny bone. And I'm going to throw this up here for everybody to have a look.
All right.
And here we go. So you ever think about Goro just jerking off 4 dicks? I know.
Now
I do.
it's NSFW, Sean. Now it's NSFW.
Exactly.
100%.
Sean called it. He knew it was coming.
This is one of my favorite memes I found
Coming.
of all time for gaming. Like 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
Love
I have thought about this before I saw it. Yes.
Simultaneous.
I have never thought about
whole
that.
dicks.
I'm kidding. I haven't really, but I mean, somebody did, and it makes sense. Like, what's that like, bro? Come on, Goro, what you doing on the side, boy?
All right,
I mean, he would probably
No.
crush
In
those
Combat
things.
Universe.
So
Who's
from the
dicks?
sounds of it, from the sounds of it, what this meme is telling us is that in MK12, you're gonna have 5-player multiplayer, and this is a new fatality.
Oh, finish him.
I
Finish
hope
him.
so. I hope so. Finish him.
Times.
Rip them off.
Yeah.
Hey, friendship.
Finish me, Goro.
Friendship. Gonna do it again.
The only man who can. This is the only man who can satisfy 4 people at the same time.
Bro, he's making mad money. You know he's over there.
So what was the what was it that Zach and Mary make a part of? They did the Dutch rudder, so he could do like a quadruple Dutch rudder.
Wow.
Like he grabs their dicks, they grab his arms, they move his arm. They're jerking
So
off.
it's really-
his arm.
Legendary.
It's really just like it's a big old session, isn't it?
He could do
Just
the
endless.
rusty trombone quartet.
He can do a lot of things. That's all
Now,
I'm
for
saying
those-
on that one.
For those watching not at home in a work setting, do not open Urban Dictionary.
And look up idiom.
We're gonna take that one off there, but
Alright,
yeah,
I
that was pretty funny. I did like that.
Nice.
Okay. Well, so we've had our fun with that. So, but of course, Doc here has a has something he does. What was it? The first time last year? Was that the first time you guys
last
did
year
it?
was the first time. I'm so glad I can follow up Goro jerking off 4 dicks with some whole things here. I'm gonna save us, guys.
Blame
What a
Scott.
segue
Blame
is
Scott.
that, Yeah. I mean, I could have put something in there a little more PG-13, but what kind of segue do we have
It's
for
all,
that? But
it's all
fun
good.
in
It's
that.
good.
well, Goro's thankful, and so are we. So here we go.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, but it's fine.
don't be sorry, man. It's all good. So yeah, what I'm currently getting prepping for, we're 13 days away from it. It's a charity event called Thankmas. It was actually started in 2018 by a YouTuber everybody's familiar with, Jacksepticeye, who started it off raising funds for Crisis Text Line. And every year he has picked a new charity to benefit. He's helped Crisis Text Line, Child's Play, Red Nose Day were the first 3 years. Or I guess this is the 5th year. I don't know. My math might be off. But last year, when he was attempting to raise $7 million for New Story, which is a charity that uses like 3D printed homes and helps to end global homelessness, he opened up Thankmas to where other streamers and content creators could do their own sort of fundraiser drives to help out towards the overall goal. And as a group, we all raised $7.6 million overall.
Wow,
Nice.
that's awesome.
Now, of course, my little part of it, this was after, let's see, August, September, October, November. So this was in late November. Or no, it was December. So I was 4 months removed from having ankle surgery from fixing a trimalleolar fracture I got from a softball game. And so I was trying to go for 24 hours. I only made it 21 because my ankle just wasn't letting me.
Sitting in a chair doesn't do it that well.
Nah. But I was seeking to raise 1,000, with the overall goal being like, hey, if I get $1,000, I'll get a tattoo of my mascot. You know, just want to help out, try it out, experiment with it.
Nice.
And towards the middle of it, Sean, Jacksepticeye himself, actually was pulling up people's streams and dropping donations like Santa Septiceye. And he hit us at about the 9-hour mark with 100,000.
Yep.
Shit.
I remember that.
That's awesome. That is
That's
fantastic.
amazing.
I watched the video. I thought that was great. That was
yeah.
Your reaction was.
I can pull it up.
Yeah, do it. It was fantastic.
was good.
You know, you guys got to see this. Anybody who's never seen this, it's priceless. It's absolutely priceless.
I had to make a couple memes on it. Even it was so good. Just kidding.
It took 5 minutes for me to see he had even donated because I was waiting for someone to join me for League of Legends. I pulled up her stream, waiting to see where she was at, and people from his stream started rating her.
Wow.
And
Nice.
then suddenly just diverted attention. It's like, oh shit, here we go. So let me get this set up here. I have things muted so I can see if I can stream it to you guys.
What?
Hold on,
Muted.
I have to go.
That's your specialty, Scott.
Yeah, muted. now that we've got that all fixed.
Yeah, it doesn't.
God.
Nothing came up to share. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Should be able to see it there now.
All right.
John is watching. Oh man, I'm not nervous at all.
Now turn your volume up a little bit.
Oh, there was the moment of truth right there.
Right there, look at the face.
Oh man,
That was a great.
I love
pause.
it. I love it.
That's amazing.
Perfect.
Oh, it's great.
So awesome.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
I've got that pulled up on my YouTube under the $100,000 freak out.
Nice.
I love it.
But yeah, I mean, I was hoping he was going to open it up again this year, and of course he did. So of course now I'm panicking. I'm like, oh, now I got to make it bigger. So
Yeah, you know, bigger, better, faster is always good. But if you can get it to where you want it, great. And if somebody else decides to just go ahead and make it bigger for you, awesome. Actually, that came out.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree with that too. You're donating money,
Off
so
your mind.
so
Yeah, I love
what we're-
Goro.
what we're actually doing this year that we didn't do last year, because of course last year it came so suddenly that I really couldn't plan. This year I've actually been planning this since like late October, trying to get things going. We've actually been opening up for sponsorships. We're currently $250 already on towards our goal of 100,000, because I'm like, we raised 100,400 last year. I can at least set the bar high for this time. Not expecting anything to happen. I've actually got a couple organizations who are currently trying to check their ledgers and see how much they can donate by the 3rd is when I'm cutting that
End of
off.
the year.
Shoot for the moon.
But
Yeah.
oh yeah, I mean I've sent out emails to like Brewdog, Liquid Death. I've sent them out to like the barcades here in Columbus and local businesses. Just I'm literally at
Dear
this point.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I wish. But we're also doing exclusive merch that once I pay the artist, they're gonna put like me as Santa, my mascot as an elf, and we're gonna put our sponsor logos on the backs. Kind of like the buy the hometown football team's jersey for the Pee Wee kids kind of thing.
Nice.
But
That's cool.
once I pay the artist and my merch company, 100% of the proceeds will go back into the overall goal. We're gonna open like early donations on December 4th, so that if you can't make it to the stream, which is Saturday, December 10th, starting at 6 a.m. on my Twitch channel.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going for 24 straight hours. My girlfriend has already taken the days off, and she's like, look, if you start at 6, I'm going to be asleep, so don't wake me up or you're not going to like it.
I love it.
But I promised her there's going to be plenty of coffee and coffee to get us through the day. We're looking at some goals, or like we're going to do the usual of like, of course, I was talking before the stream. If we get to a certain point, I'm going to wear a maid outfit. At one point, we're even going to have my girlfriend do some makeup on me, make me look pretty.
Nice.
We're going to give away some merch. We're going to give away a copy. One of my mods actually donated for the stream a copy of Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition off of GOG that we can give away. Uncapped subathon with the overall goal. Once again, I want to add to this sleeve or arm. I can't really get it with the green screen. Yep. It's got my mascot on it. I want to turn this into a charity stream. Like each year, get a tattoo on it and be like, "This is because of other people."
Awesome.
So,
That's cool.
but yeah, I'm really excited. This is kind of the biggest thing of the year. It was the biggest event that we had last year. It's where a lot of our community came from, and I'm one of those people who, with my community, we say our tagline is "Be good to yourself and be good to others," and
Yep.
We have to practice what we preach, and if we have an opportunity like this, we're going to seize it. And I mean, we may not hit the 100,000, but whatever we get, I'm more than proud of the people I've got in my corner.
Absolutely.
And again, I want to thank you guys too for allowing me on here to talk about it too, because
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Would you mind if we promoted it for you?
absolutely. How
I mean, I know you wouldn't, but I thought I would ask.
So, I'm currently got like a daily countdown going on right now, but I've actually got a commercial that I actually filmed by myself here in my house or apartment. I can't call it a house.
It's your home. It's a house.
Your
it's a
home.
castle.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I filmed it. It's on my YouTube, Twitch, or not Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So that's kind of the main thing that I'm wanting to try and get everyone out to see. And of course,
Your 24-hour stream, do you stream the same game all day, or do you like pick different games throughout the day?
Variety.
It's going to be different throughout the game, or different games throughout the day. There's going to be a lot of community games. We're already looking at the new Jackbox Party Pack. We're looking at doing like marbles on stream, stuff that viewers can interact with and join in on. I'm looking at grabbing Cult of the Lamb.
Yes, grab that. Oh my god, yeah, for sure.
I'm grabbing Days Gone since it's on sale, and in fact, one of the sponsors who's
started
currently
playing that recently, and that's actually like a pretty badass game.
Just not to interrupt you.
So long to play it, but it was actually like really good so far.
Just not to interrupt you, but that is on PS Plus too, by the way. I don't know if you knew
I think that's where I downloaded it from actually.
Yeah, it's free on there right now.
Yeah,
it kind of
I was
fits
gonna start that
too.
one over.
It fits the theme too because there's
sure.
the different sponsors that we're having. One of them is actually an independent film company in Chillicothe who just released a zombie movie.
Yep.
So their section is going to literally be a zombie game. So
Awesome.
I'm really excited, and
Cool.
it's and it's funny because when we were coming up with some of the goals for the stream, I had at one point I was going to kind of mimic like the boys on YouTube, like Molly and all them, where they do if you laugh you lose, you get hit with a shot collar. And I was going to be like, oh, it's truth or shot collar. But my mom's a nurse, and she said some of the most profound wisdom that looking at last year's Thankmas and this year's, she said, why are you putting yourself out there to hurt yourself or make, do this kind of stuff to yourself, but putting that so low? She's like, start low with, the giveaways, the small things, but as you get higher up there, that's going to be more rewarding for the community. Because I mean, if I sit and do Truth and Bean Boozle and I get a dog food bean and y'all only raise like $300 for it, I'm going to feel cheated.
So if you get up to 90,000, I think that the next thing is you burn a doll of Frosk in effigy. And maybe that'll get you to the 100. Nah, that's not good.
That'd be for you, Scott. That'd be on my stream for sure.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll set a napkin on fire. How about that?
No, but
For 90,000, I will attempt to not arson my own apartment.
Here's what I want to know: when does the maid costume happen? Does it happen at the top? Does it happen at the beginning, or?
So I'm still trying to figure
works?
out. Yeah, it's still in the works, figuring out where the actual like tiers are gonna lie, because when I stopped taking sponsors on the 3rd, which by the way, if anyone out there watching wants to get like their small business involved, I can throw my email in the comments here.
Yep. We'll drop that link down there.
Yeah, and I mean, just get a hold of me at docsparksgaming@gmail.com and I'll get you all the info. But once I take the sponsorships, stop them on the 3rd, at the end of the day, then on the 4th is when I'm going to announce all the milestones, because that's where I know where my lower benchmark is. Right. I want to know where we're starting so that I can add to it. Because, you know, I don't want to say like, you know, oh, at 300 I'll go ahead and do this, and then next thing I know a sponsor drops 300 and I'm like, well, shit.
Right.
Because you want that enticement factor.
For sure.
Your mom did, you know, that was definitely imparting wisdom. You know, you start small and then you head up to the big thing.
Oh yeah, because like last year with the goal of only 1,000, like we started off where it was like we hit 200. I did a pie to the face. If we would have hit, you know, had things gone in order instead of getting all hit at once, 500 I would have called. I called my parents on stream, and I actually have some clips of that on the commercial I did. Where I was going to tell them I made it halfway, and instead I got to call them and say I was in tears. I'm like, we've made 6 figures here for charity.
That's awesome.
And then, of course, we did a glitter beard, which I'm still finding glitter in my carpet a year later.
Yeah, that shit don't go away.
No, it doesn't.
It is the herpes of crafts.
Yes.
And then
100%.
Somebody say that once. Who was that? Oh, God, somebody said that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
And then
A lot of people.
we dyed my hair, which this year we're looking at hot pink, if that ends up being the thing.
Let me ask you, was the shaving of the beard part of that? I can't remember.
The shaving of the beard was part of that.
Okay.
However, I want to go ahead and disappoint everybody now. My girlfriend has unilaterally said the beard does not come off.
Hey, that's a good woman. That's a good woman,
Yes,
man. You get to keep your beard.
She's protecting my beard because she has seen pictures and video of me without my beard, and I just look like a giant child.
Hey, man, you've always looked good. But yeah, I love the beard. Love the beard. Signature.
Because like we went to have our engagement pictures done, and I was kind of trimming my beard up, and I screwed up and hit that, you know, that one little.
So you had to shave the whole thing.
Oh my god, dude, that was the biggest fucking regret. We have to redo our engagement pictures at some point. It is so bad.
Yeah. But I'm really excited, looking forward to this. Already seeing the grassroots of it. Like you can ask Brandon. He's seen it every day on my page. I've got folks are sharing stuff, trying to get the word out to make this
nice
as big as we can.
Sure, we'll definitely help pump that out as well.
And it's for a positive thing too. It's not even really to benefit yourself. So I love it.
Oh yeah, that's
100%.
the part I love the most is that I don't see a cent of this. Like I've had people trying to hand me cash. And I'm like, no. Put that in the bank. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I love that.
Keeps it honest, keeps it clean, and plus, that's kind of the benefit I'm giving for the folks who are sponsored. I'm like, hey, you can access your charitable receipts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tax write-off.
It's a lot more easily trackable that way, and that way you don't get accused of anything either. Because even when Brandon and I were when we were talking to the immortal John Hancock about his museum, and people have said stuff, nasty stuff about him online and stuff, and he said his number one regret was that he announced it way too soon, and people were saying he was swindling money and whatever. It's just like, dude, you know what the fuck is going on. So yeah, keep it straight. You got you got it right there, nailed on the head. Yeah, because right now the only ones who have the link are the folks who are saying yes, we want to sponsor, and then we're gonna drop the link for everybody on the 4th for early donations, and then when we do the merch, that is the only part of it that even comes near me, but that's just so I can make sure my artist and my production company get paid, because then the rest of it goes right back into the goal.
Yeah.
Good.
Hell
So
yeah.
excellent.
Love it.
Love it.
Excellent. Heck yeah.
I'm beyond excited for it. This is literally like I've been kind of talking about it all year. I'm like, I wonder when they're going to announce it, and everyone's like, well, maybe it's going to be closer to October, and I'm like, they better announce it sooner, or else I'm picking a charity and doing my own.
So what are you
Well, we will definitely.
Oh, sorry, Scott. I was just going to ask. I know Twitter and Facebook. Are you promoting on anything else besides your like Twitch streams? Like, you hitting anything else? Or are you
Currently trying to promote it on. It's mostly being promoted on Facebook. I'm also putting out some regular reminders on Twitter and Instagram,
okay?
especially when we're getting our sponsors in. Like right about now is going to be the part where everybody who follows me on multiple platforms is going to start seeing the same stuff multiple times. But that's just because, I want to get this word out. And,
Right.
It's really, this year, it's kind of like last year with News Story was really interesting because it's like, they were doing the 3D printed homes. This year, it's benefiting World Central Kitchen, which was started in 2010 after the Haitian earthquakes. And this organization is not for profit. They provide food for those who are affected by natural disasters and international crises. So
Nice.
that's kind of the big thing I was waiting to see the announcement on.
It's always good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The big thing I was waiting on the announcement for was number one, if I could assist, and two, who it was going to. Because, even if he were to be like, oh well, last year was great, but we're gonna keep it just us in house this year, I'd still probably try to do something and donate to the overall pot.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
The community goal for Thankmas as a whole is 10 million, and of course the Spark Squad hashtag Team Sparks, we're wanting to hit 100,000.
Nice.
Wow. Well, we'll definitely get that shared around for sure.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, positive cause. It's Christmas time. Everybody should be feeling a little jolly and helpful, and it's it's a good cause. So
Yeah, because that was where we kind of coined the term last year, was just Merry Thankmas, because this falls right between Thanksgiving and Christmas every time. So
right.
Perfect. Serendipitous
Well,
name.
Well, we're going to wrap up here in just a minute, but before we do that, Doc, tell us exactly where everybody can find you, and then once again, tell us exactly, the date and everything of the Merry Thankmas charity, so that way we can make sure we tune in, and we will share all the links, and we will get it on our pages, and we will make sure that people are being directed to the right place.
Absolutely. So you guys can find me. I'm primarily on Twitch, Twitch TV /DocSparks_216. Gotta have that underscore.
Okay.
You can find me on Facebook, DocSparks_216 Gaming, Twitter @DocSparksGaming, and on Instagram @DocSparks_216. So that way you can, kind of catch me there. I normally stream like Monday through Thursday around 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern. Variety of games, including there's been Clone Hero, Valorant, played some horror games recently. And then again, Thankmas is going to be Saturday, December 12th, 10th. Ooh, threw myself off there. Saturday, December 10th, starting at 6 a.m. I'm going to actually put it on Twitch. I might see if I can bend the affiliate rule a little bit and multi-stream it to Facebook, because that'll just improve the audience. But we will have a central hub on Tiltify for the campaign, which will give you a copy of the stream, as well as just kind of laying out where we're at on the goal as well. And then again, if anybody wants to potentially sponsor, just send me an email at docsparksgaming@gmail.com by the 3rd.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody get on that, and if anybody in the stream would like to share that as well, please do, because it is for a great cause. and that way we can help Doc get not just to his goal, but over the goal this year. I mean, he got over the goal last year, but now that's going to be a hill to climb, and no, I'm not hoping it's going to happen. It's just going to happen.
Can't wait to see it.
So,
Yeah,
Love it.
absolutely.
I mean, we're setting the goal 400 less than what we made last year. So if we can go over this year, I will be happier than a cow who doesn't get picked up by a tornado. Okay.
And you know what I'm going to do, Anthony? I'm going to message Jack, and I'm going to let him know you better pop in that stream too to help out.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I mean, that was the thing too that with last year was that it was totally unplanned. I'm not expecting it this year because that's why would you expect lightning to strike twice?
Right.
But I do know that I have heard that from multiple people. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna get in there and tell them." I'm like, "Hey, more power to you."
I have been in contact with them, so I will try to do what I can. I'll definitely be sharing that around. I know all the podcast folks will be doing that for sure.
Awesome. I appreciate it, guys.
For sure.
Scott,
Shane, anything you? Yeah, I was just gonna ask those guys. They had anything they wanted to
go ahead and
promote
plug that Wednesday night.
Cody?
You guys are watching. We got Wednesday night coming up from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Come on out, get some good grub, and play some Guitar Hero. We're actually bringing out the guitars this week.
I put that in the notes. Yeah, I love that.
Challenge yours truly.
That's right. See if you can take out Shane. Yeah, see?
Yes.
See?
Yes,
That's what's
I
up.
like it.
We got that one with a slide on it.
So dumb question here. I'm going to ask this real quick because I know you can't play Guitar Hero on say YouTube because of copyright, blah blah blah. But can you stream it?
You can
With your voice.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can stream it. It's just they'll probably hit you with like a copyright warning rather than a strike.
Yeah.
I've done it using Clone Hero, which is the PC version of it.
Yeah.
It's just you can't publish the VOD because if you publish a video on demand, you're gonna have so many it's just gonna drop off the face of it with your volume. They have to mute it.
Yeah.
I excellent. That's cool though.
Just based on the experience, that's the exact thing. Plus, you have to have your voice on it, right? If your voice is over the audio, it's with Facebook at least, right? It's
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Makes it background music.
It's weird with DMCA. DMCA.
So weird. So weird. I agree with that 100%.
I actually got a copyright strike for the ending credit song of Hellblade.
Oh yeah.
As I beat the game, the credit song was playing, and they copyright strike me.
There were people who were getting copyright. There were people getting copyright strikes for the sound of wind and frogs in games.
How about the one where there's no music in your podcast and you get copyright strikes? This is pre-opening music. Yeah, we've gotten a total of 6. The first 3 were pre-opening music. So.
And the music that I used earlier was 100% copyright free.
Well,
the only thing we had to do was show it, and I showed it in the video there. And if we want to, we can even put it inside the, in the comments and stuff.
I do want to say, before we hit any sponsor links, Shane, will you give a shout out to the guy that made the tune for us for the podcast? I want to make sure I give a shout out to him.
For our song here.
We'll be using it shortly too. We're going to work in how to do it, but
yeah, holler to super close friend of mine. His name's Danny Lindsay. Yeah, he's Jesus Christ, I've known Danny for 22 years or something. Great guy. We go way back. He's quite talented when it comes to some music composition here, and he likes to ham it up and be humble, and he's like, I haven't done that in years. I probably don't even know how to do it anymore. And then
I dig it.
Yeah.
It's good.
So, yeah,
we're going to incorporate that soon. Yeah, we appreciate it a lot. I listened to that, and I was like, you know what? If this gets hit, we can really fight it. This is it's an original tune. There's nothing we're copyright striking, but Scott, you want to go ahead and hit those sponsor links?
Absolument. Okay, so we of course the Game Junction is on. If you want to find us on the socials and such, you can find us at our Linktree links. So it is Linktree /Game Junction. And of course, we are on Patreon as well. So you can support us and get the extra scoop on all things Game Junction, including discounts on merch and a special role in Discord. That's patreon.com/game_junction. Game Junction merch on Bonfire. So if you want to get some cool shirts and whatever else we might be offering there, like we won't be offering the Goro shirts. I'm sorry. We just
No.
can't.
Maybe a
It's
hat.
Not that yet.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
a
a
hat.
hat.
But yeah, so that would be on bonfire.com/Game Junction. And of course, you can join Buzzsprout with our affiliate link. It's www.buzzsprout.com. And then the reference, we'll put that in the link there because it's a long number and I'm not going to read that on the air here because Dr. Scott's getting old and he needs glasses to read. 10% off at Dubby Energy Mix with the code GameJunction1. Yes, you can head on over to, I can't even hardly read it now, at gamejunction.gg.discount/GameJunction1. That is for your Dubby Energy Mix with the code GameJunction1. I'm going to get some of that myself.
It's good
because
stuff.
there are mornings where, damn, I need some energy.
Highly recommend. I've been buying it ever since we've.
I love that.
I've been buying
That's
it
just
since.
awesome.
Nice.
It's great.
They can send me 2 or 3 of those, and then I'll put nitroglycerin in it and throw it in the back of my car and go driving around. Have a shot of I'm sorry. You're not supposed to corpse at your own drinks, at your own jokes. Have a shot of Dubby Energy, official sponsor of the Game Junction podcast. 10% off Dubby Energy Mix with the code GameJunction1. So yes, we've already mentioned that. Podcast uploaded next week on Buzzsprout. Then to your favorite streaming service, join Buzzsprout with our affiliate link. I already mentioned that. Why is this on here twice?
Reaper Apparel.
I don't. Yeah, it should be on there twice. It should go straight
for
there.
some
But
reason
sorry.
it's on here.
Sorry, guys.
Buzzsprout.com. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. They get
just
double the coverage then.
Absolutely.
So you guys visit Buzzsprout with our affiliate link, and then you can see that in the description there. And if you'd like to get some gear and would like to help support Game Junction, you get the merch on Bonfire, as already mentioned before. Everything's on here twice. I might have copied and pasted twice myself.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
There you go. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I might be so crude as to also plug, I forgot to mention, I also have a merch store for my stream. And in fact, I think you guys will get a kick out of this if I could share it for you.
Does it have Goro on it?
No, it does not have Goro, but I think you guys will like what we did with my mascot here. This is actually going to be dropping tonight once we're done here.
Okay. Let's head over there to watch stream. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Give me just a second. I'm losing the cursor again.
Oh no!
All right. Oh, let's go. NES box art Shocks Adventure.
He's broken.
I dig it. I dig it.
Features my mascot on there, so we're going to be dropping that tonight after we're done here. Since
Awesome.
So is that a belly button or a butt crack?
Yeah, I'm
Belly
wondering
button.
that as well. Okay.
it's a
All right.
belly
So
button.
she's kind of like this,
not doing that
right?
much of a JoJo's pose. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
not doing
Or
that
it's
much
more
of a
like
JoJo's
a
pose.
more like
She
a
said
that.
I like it.
I love it. Yeah.
Either way, I like it.
Yeah, I dig that.
Brandon's butt crack over it.
Man, I'm telling you what, this was an
That'll be a
NSFW
variant.
stream tonight. Yeah.
The special edition.
Hey, go for it. Hey, listen. People buy it, I'm all for it.
But that's it. DocSparks216.shop.
Awesome. All right, we will get all that plugged for you. And Scott, is there anything else going on tonight?
Not tonight. I think that about wraps it up.
Yo.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
here,
do you
let's
think?
plug Reaper Apparel real quick. Remember,
Yeah.
they're on board, too.
Yes. Yes.
ReaperApparelCo.com. For those who refuse to die slowly, Game Junction podcast code at checkout. Get you 10% off everything. Check them out.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good stuff. Nice.
Yeah, check out their stuff. I
love
ordered
that.
I ordered a shirt. I have not gotten it yet, but I've seen some reviews on their products and seems
Good
awesome.
stuff.
Pretty awesome to have them on. Yeah. But hey guys, that's it for tonight. We'll be back again next Sunday. Be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we appreciate you being on, Anthony. Check out Doc
you for having me,
Sparks, and yeah, we'll be back again. Thanks, guys.
See you, Chris.
Yes, have a good week.
I hope that was the case.
I got it though. We're good. It's all good.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna run to
Very
the bathroom real quick.
Very good.
I'll be right back.
You'll be right back.
You right the back.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little
Little
lies.
lies.
Everything's still,
So
everything's still showing that we're live, guys.
Duet.
Was it? Nice. Brandon, hit the button.
Yeah, we are still live.
I can't stop it from my side.
It's a black screen, but we're still live. Hello out there.
No
Still
way.
alive?
No.